Yes, show your golfer's tan.
Golfer's tan from
Show
Vietnam.
your golfer's tan, yeah. Oh, look at those biceps.
Oh, jeez.
There we go.
You know that we're not going to edit that out.
No. There it is. Right there.
We right?
All right.
Welcome to Talk Birdie with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Titleist, they're the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy are the number one shoe and glove in golf. Driving a BMW is like hitting a perfect shot, smooth, controlled and powerful. Ping, they'll help you play your best. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, it's time for Talk Birdie Silly.
G'day everybody, welcome to the program. Nick O'Hearn is back from Vietnam and looking $1 million. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Mark. I got my golfer's tan back, by the way.
Go give us a look.
You know the old where it goes brown
Yeah,
and then it's white up in there.
How bad, I know there are people who play a lot of golf and stuff, but how bad is the professional golfer's tan? It's a disgrace.
You should see it in Florida, to be honest, because you got the shirt one, you got the shorts, and then you got the sock.
The sock
tan is hilarious.
Yeah.
White feet, and then just a little, and then it's brown, and then it stops to white. Yeah, it's shocking.
And then you've got the Stuart Sink top deck look when he takes the hat off. It's just, it is cruel.
It is.
I reckon, I remember in my playing days, if I ever got to get on, go to a holiday, half of my holiday was trying to get rid of the golfer's tan, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, roll the sleeves up and do all that.
Mate, all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. No, but it was a great trip. Luxury Escapes did an amazing job and played 4 fantastic golf courses, made a whole bunch of new friends and had a good time. It's very hot up there, though, I'll say that.
Yeah. What was the highlight of your trip?
The highlight, probably the eagle that I made at the Montgomery course.
Oh, you're joking. Well, you made an eagle?
I did.
Hold a shot or par 5?
No, it was par 4 down the hill. It was only playing 250 off the white tees and I drove it to 6 feet and knocked the putt in. And I got a certificate from the club.
You're kidding me.
No, they give a certificate for an eagle. So it was hilarious.
Well, that's all right. Well, that's something new.
I know. And then one of the other players on the final day, they all played their own ball, individual Stableford. Yeah. Greg from the Mount Lawley Golf Club, g'day Greg, had 47 points.
Holy
Thank you very
moly.
much. He just shot the lights out at Hoyana Shores. That's my favourite golf course there. It was really good.
That's not the only 47 points I've heard last week. You and I both know Alex McGilgrave, who is the GM at Huntingdale.
Yes.
He's a member of Kingston Heath. He had 47 points.
Really?
On the weekend, on the Saturday comp. So a couple of people we know having 47 points anyway. Everybody at Wagga Wagga.
I was going to ask, how was it, by the way?
Well, let me just start by this. If I had $1 for everybody who asked me, did you see Nick O'Hearn's hole-in-one last year?
You're going to be a rich man.
I'd have $13. Anyway, so that was still pretty big. You know what they were considering doing, which I think is a great idea?
Putting a plaque there?
They were going to get the Sandine close.
It was Johnny Turner's Sandine.
JT, hello JT.
Yeah.
He was a great host, the manager at Wagga Wagga. I want to talk about Wagga Wagga in just a tick because I did some great stuff up there. Some fantastic stuff.
Sorry, did he say he did some great stuff?
You did indeed.
You just said I did some great stuff.
Oh no, I meant JT. JT, he did some great
That's
stuff.
not what you said, Mark.
Oh well, that's what I
you want us
meant.
to roll the tape?
I'm sure he did some great stuff.
Yeah,
up
roll
there
the
as well.
tape. Because I did some great stuff up there. Some fantastic stuff. Because I did some great stuff up there. Some fantastic stuff. Anyway, he did some great stuff up there. So I want to talk about him in a tick. But they want to. My suggestion was to hang the Sandine in that little area.
I think so as well.
Well, I think that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And I saw it. It wasn't like a Vokey Sandine. It was just a dirty old club Sandine that you use with no grooves.
Yeah, but it's probably still got the dirt in there.
The other thing, apart from running, one of the great pro-ams in the country, okay, the job they did and the fact that the club members are just so proud and the sponsors they've got up there are just, world-class sponsors and come back every single year because everybody has such a wonderful time.
Yeah.
But one of the things I couldn't get over, they have a club foundation, right? And what they do every year is, how you've got a membership number
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit of status if you've got a low number.
Yeah, of course.
Because when you go and buy your drinks, you just look up and you say number 5.
Perfect.
All right. Well, membership number 5 came up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So at the end of the night where I was hosting, the auctioneer comes up. I forget his name, but he's a great country auctioneer. I mean, he just had that beautiful voice. It was sensational.
Call the racing all day long.
Anyway, they auction off member numbers.
Right.
And the money goes to the club foundation.
How good's that?
So number 5, they were really disappointed with. It only raised $6,000. Someone paid $6,000 to have the number 5. They've had other numbers in the past go for $10,000.
Really? Gosh.
So there is a bit of status, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. There's a few people around Kingston Heath who've got a very low number, and they'll let you know about it. You know, when they order their drinks, they say 5, member number 5, or whatever it might be. But if your club has a foundation, and you know there are tax benefits when you donate to a foundation, and this can somehow be included in that donation to a foundation. If more clubs aren't cottoning onto this, well, they've got rocks in their head because the amount of big timing, what would you call it, one-upmanship on your fellow members. A lot of people are part with money. Now, the person who bought number 5 at Wagga Wagga gave it to his wife.
Oh, how good's that? Fantastic.
So, look, it was just great. I had a great time at Wagga
awesome.
Wagga. I was supposed to have the Wagga Wagga hat sitting right there, so I apologise. I got called in on late notice to do something else very early this morning.
Well, I got a message from
I forgot.
one of the pros up there, Jordan Zunic, who said you did a fantastic job emceeing the night, and then you interviewed yourself, I hear. Is that right?
No, I didn't. Oh, look, Craig Perry was supposed to be there. He couldn't make it at the last minute, so I was sad not to see Paz because he and I both wore a Schweppes hat, and we got along famously, Paz and I was really looking forward to catching up with him and seeing how he's going, but he couldn't make it in the end. And then they looked at me and said, "What can you do?" I said, "Well, I'll just do my routine,
do your little thing,
my little thing." I just take the mickey out of myself for about 25 minutes, and that's that. So it's good fun. And Brendan Goddard was up there. He's done a bit of work with us. Brendan Goddard on course stuff. So great to talk to him as well. But
some good scoring too. I think Andrew Kelly won in a playoff.
That's
I
right.
believe, from Nathan Barbieri.
Yeah, and I think Caleb
Bovalina.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
Jordan's brother.
Jordan's the long driver. Caleb did quite well as well. Yeah. So it was great to go up there and great to be, see one of the best pro-ams in the country taken off again, which was absolutely fabulous. Anyway, thanks again. And I'll see you all next year. I'm going back next year.
Perfect.
I'm going back with Ox next year.
Very good.
Because the first night's a little bit tame. The second night you can let loose.
Okay.
So I said just let Ox and I loose on the second night.
That could be interesting.
You might
dangerous.
You might have to come. Maybe we do the show from up there. Who knows?
Well,
we'll see.
You and Ox getting loose is actually that's very loose.
Very good.
In the golf world,
yes,
the vice captain of the Ryder Cup team won one of the biggest events.
Yeah, he beat all these players that are about to that he's going to give advice to. Alex Noren, what a win that was. Unfortunately for him, the team was announced.
Yeah,
I think last week or the week before or whatever it was. Yeah. So, but he's won 2 events in the last 3 weeks, I think. Yeah. The Belfry and now this one.
That's right.
So,
and which was it the US Open that he was doing so well, or was it the PGA? It was one of them.
One of the majors. He was
this year.
Really
he hadn't played for ages and ages. Got in and was in the last couple of groups, on day 3 and 4.
But this is the flagship event of the DP World Tour, the BMW PGA Championship. It is It's their players' championship, I guess you could say. It's the number one event that if you can't win any of the majors, this is the one.
Tell me, you've played Wentworth a number of times. I've only been there once and played one of the courses. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
Right, okay.
What's it like after? I think Ernie Els did all the changes. Ernie Els did a lot of the changes. Lives on the course these days as well.
Yeah, I played it through the mid-2000s several times. I actually had one good finish there. Finished third one year. Shot 64 final round. Nice. That was a lot of fun. I think that was the year Cabrera won. I was playing with
when you shot the 64.
Ian Poulter, actually.
Oh, that would have given you great joy.
I think I got him by 10 that day too. So,
did you?
Yeah, that was a little fist bump at the end. So that was nice. But the course has changed a lot. There's been a lot of controversy around, some of the little what do you call them, the burns and that throughout the golf course. But I always loved it. And finishing with 2 par 5s anything can happen over those 2 holes. I mean, Minwoo Lee was going along really nice. He was playing his lights out, and then he hooks one out of bounds on 17, makes double, but he did birdie the last, so he finished up there. But you could finish eagle quite easily, or you could finish double quite easily. It's just 2 fascinating holes. So no leader's ever safe there.
I remember when they first did the changes at Wentworth, there was uproar. There was unhappy people all over, unhappy members, unhappy professionals who came back to see the golf course as well. But that seems to have tempered.
It has. Yeah.
Now, has that been because they've made other alterations to the golf course? I remember when it first happened, there was a lot of debate on the layup area of the last hole where it was just insane. It was just too hard, too tight.
Yeah.
And made it a silly hole instead of.
I don't know if you saw in the playoff what happened.
I didn't. I haven't seen the playoff. What happened?
So it was
Noren. It's a perfect playoff hole.
It's a great playoff hole, but at this stage it's raining. It's into the wind. It was pretty miserable weather, but it was Alex Noren and Adrian Sadier, the Frenchman, both playing great golf. I think they finished on 19 under, but in the playoffs they've got 258 yards. So what's that? 236 meters to the pin into the wind. And it's raining and it's, kind of wet ball and all this. And all the commentators are going, well, they have to lay up. They both went for it. And they both pulled it left. So it missed the burn in front of the green.
Right. Yeah.
And then Noren got a good lie. Sadier got a bad lie. Noren hit it to 3 feet and the other guy couldn't get it up and down. But it was fascinating to watch because afterwards Noren in his speech says, I thought that was in the water. He said, but kind of got lucky, and in hindsight, we probably shouldn't have gone for it. It was pretty stupid. But it was a great finish. So.
Well, I've seen, they posted some of Alex Noren's first win at Wentworth. I'm not sure how long ago it was.
About 8 years ago.
About 8 years ago, okay. He's got a great history on that last hole. We might play it, you might insert it in, Dan, for everybody on YouTube. But he hit looked like a long iron, so I'm going to say a 3-iron.
Yep.
To 3 or 4 feet on the last hole, tapped it in for a course record 62. So he's got a great history on the golf course. We always talk about this. Mine was at Periperumu. That was my favourite. I could go there tomorrow and play blindfolded, I reckon, and shoot under par. Where was yours? Coolum?
Coolum was my favourite. Yeah, Coolum or Hilton Head in the US. It was just brilliant. The other thing with Noren is that makes him the most winningest Swede ever. He overtakes Stenson and someone else. He overtakes
Stenson?
Maybe Parnavik, I'm thinking. I don't know. On the DP World Tour, I think it is,
Holy
so he overtakes him. Yeah, he'd be up, which really surprised me. 13 wins on the DP World Tour.
Gee whiz, that really is enormous because he spent a lot of his time in America these days. So to crank up 13 times on one tour while you're basically playing the other.
Impressive. No, really, really good. But the other thing that was kind of strange, because I know you said he's a vice captain and won. How many vice captains do you think there are on the Ryder Cup?
Well, there should only be one.
There should only be one.
Because it's a vice captain.
Yes.
You could have deputy vices, as many as you like, but there should only be one.
But there's 5.
There's 5 vice captains.
There's 5 vice captains. I was looking it up. It's like a bridal party, you know the bridesmaids. How many do you want? Oh, let's put more in. So anyway, I was fascinated. So I'll run through the list. So we got the Euros. You got Noren. Yeah. You got the Molinari brothers, Edoardo and Francesco.
Both of them. Why both of them? Surely it's just the British Open champion.
Edoardo,
not the British Amateur champion.
Eduardo or Dodo.
Or the US Amateur champion.
There you go. They call Eduardo Dodo. That's his nickname.
Right.
Anyway, but he does all the stats. So he's a real stats guy. He's made most of the players on the DP World Tour, they love Dodo because of all the stats he provides.
So he's a stats guru.
He's a stats guru.
Can we get him on? I want to talk to him.
Actually, you know what? We will. I know Dodo. So I'll look into that one. He'd be great.
I'd love to host
He would be
Dodo. That would be great because I have a fascination with the people, a stats coach.
Yes.
So I've heard some amazing, some terrific outcomes when a player is worried about his game. Mm-hmm. He's at wit's end, goes to a stats coach and turns everything around.
Yeah. Well, they changed some of the holes in the last Ryder Cup in Europe. Marco Simone, they were in Italy because of Dodo, because they found that the US team was so strong with their wedges that they made certain par 4s drivable so that they wouldn't be able to hit their wedges in or they made them
So
a
they
little
had to hit a
longer, so they
drive.
had to hit something longer. So it was very interesting the way they moved the course around to favour the Europeans, and that's what they do. And it'll be fascinating.
Talking about this,
Bethpage, I reckon, as well. So, but
Oh, Dodo's in. Sorry,
Dodo's
I take
in.
everything I said about 2 minutes ago back. And yes, that is a very wise move.
yeah, and his brother Francesco is obviously in there for his personality. I don't know if you know Francesco. He's very dry. So.
Who's the Irish comedian? He does the greatest
yes,
job.
he does.
Whatever his name is, he does the
Connor
greatest.
Connor someone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does the greatest job.
Do the impersonations.
Oh,
He's
taking off.
Fantastic.
Francesco.
All right. So we've got Noren, the Molinari brothers, Thomas Bjorn, and Jose Maria Olazabal. So that's the five.
Yeah, well, Jose's good.
And then on the US side, they've got Jim Furyk, Kevin Kisner, Webb Simpson, Brant Snedeker, and Jeff Woodland.
No, I want Europeans,
the
vice captains.
Be a lot more fun.
And deputy vice captains.
Absolutely.
That's a better team. It's funny, I had a look at the team side by side last week.
It's strong, both of them, aren't they?
They are both really strong.
Who you?
But I just get the sense that in a New York hostile crowd, I just feel like the Europeans will band together better.
Well, they always do.
Yeah. But this team in particular, Victor and just some of the picks.
Yeah.
Not only are they doing well, but you just know their team players, team mentality, and all the rest of it. By the way, how about Scotty Scheffler? Just he's had the clubs in the garage for a little while. Just wants to keep his touch going. Turns up and wins.
How was Phil Mickelson's prediction in the start of the year? Do you remember what he tweeted out?
No.
This is back in March. Phil Mickelson said Scotty Scheffler won't win before the Ryder Cup. That's his sixth win.
Did he really?
2 of them are majors. Yeah, that's what Mickelson said. Now,
why did Mickelson say that? Was that live PGA Tour sort of stuff?
basically.
Yeah,
Why does
just trying to
Mickelson
wind
say
it up.
anything?
Well, that's very true.
Yeah.
He's a loose
Very
unit.
true. No.
He is loose, and he's you got to admire him a little bit for backing his tour. At least he tries to put as much weight behind his tour as he can.
Yeah. Plus, I think the Europeans are one up at the moment, or maybe you could say the Americans are one down because of the logo they've got on their shirt. Did you see the logo?
No. What's the logo?
Rory It's a silhouette of Rory McIlroy, basically, on the follow through.
It is not.
You've got to look it up. It
my
looks
God.
like it's a dead ringer for Rory McIlroy. It was all over social media this last week. You didn't see this?
No, I didn't.
Hey, this is the little image on
little
the
image
US Ryder Cup
on the
team shirt.
US Ryder Cup shirt. I think they're doing Ralph Lauren or someone
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
it's Ralph.
Have a look at
it's
it.
RLX.
Just look up, Ryder Cup silhouette
doing it
shirt,
now.
whatever.
Right,
Okay, do it because you got to see this thing.
It's Rory McIlroy.
It's a dead rigger. And when they asked Rory at the BMW PGA this week, he goes, yeah, it kind of does look like me. It might be Adam Scott as well, but the follow-through, if you look at the follow-through and you didn't know, you'd go, oh, that's Rory.
Right.
So you would think Keegan would go, let's get someone, one of the US players, for
Jack
example.
Nicholas.
Anyone.
Let's get Jack's silhouette.
Well, the Europeans, they've got Sevi, obviously.
The
so
Sevi silhouette
it's
is
the
such a
best.
beautiful silhouette, and it's it's on the sleeve
Mm-hmm.
every year, and that's where it should be. It actually, the Sevi silhouette should also be the silhouette for the DP World Tour as well.
Okay, I think Dan might have something here. Let's see.
Oh,
That's a
there
bit of a
we go.
different angle, the one on the right, but
Oh no, that's Rory's.
yeah, if you look at the one on the left without,
If you didn't see, even if you didn't see Rory, if you just said
he's got a hoodie on there too. That kind of maybe that's why it looks a lot different.
It does look very similar.
Yeah,
no, that's Rory's follow through. I can't it's no one else's. Who else could it be?
I don't know. Well, Rory said, oh, it could be Adam Scott. Someone said it might be Cam Young, but it doesn't look like Cam Young. So,
Yeah, it looks more like I can see
Anyway.
Adam Scott in there, but it's more Rory than Adam.
but it was big news. So anyway, this
Righto.
past week,
Hey,
they've started already.
just talking about hoodies.
Hmm.
This wasn't on our sheet, by the way.
okay.
But I'm sick to death of them.
Have you ever played in one?
No,
I've tried, and it's just too hard. So
I don't know how they do it.
yeah, they flap all over the place.
I've
It's
got
crazy.
no idea. I mean, I don't want to. If you like wearing a hoodie, go for your life. But doesn't look any good in my view.
They're good for walking the dog when it's cold.
Yes.
That's true. I saw Rory McIlroy this week. He was wearing he's a Nike guy. He's wearing a beautiful Nike sweater.
Mhm.
Looks superb in round 3. Round 4, I turned it on. He's got the hoodie,
Got the
on,
hoodie on.
and it looks like he's taking his dog for a walk.
Yeah.
I'm with you every
Okay.
bit. And here's the thing. I've never seen a professional with their hoodie on when they're playing golf. So it's just there.
It's a waste, I guess.
It's just there.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they've all got hats that they're contracted to wear. So why would you have a hoodie?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's for the look. I don't really know. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, can I ask you guys a question about the Ryder Cup? You're talking about the New York crowd and how you think that may galvanise the Europeans. Is that specifically a New York crowd thing, or is it an American thing?
New York crowd.
New York crowd's particularly parochial.
Yeah, New York crowds are crazy.
Well, yeah, you have American crowds and then you have New York crowds.
That's right.
They,
tell us about your experience. You must have played New York a little bit.
New York a bit, yeah, a little bit. But it's more, they just have this, you are if you're a foreigner and you're playing there and they get on the drinks, which usually happens.
Well, they do.
They let you know everything there is to know about you. It's quite fascinating. Actually, we used to play the tournament in Phoenix on the 16th hole there, the par 3 with the stadium. They would come out with some weird stats on the players. They would research players to know,
right,
and then they'd yell something out, as you're walking along or whatever. Yeah,
you can't play bunkers.
Yeah. You couldn't even make your basketball high school team or something
really?
like that. Just something like that. They just yell out random stuff.
Yeah, I spoke about Paz, Craig Parry, at the start of the program, him not being in Wagga. One of the questions I was going to ask him was when he came second to Fred Couples at the Masters in 1991, and the reports were that the crowd were just into him.
Yeah.
Completely into him. Yeah. And I've never actually heard Craig talk about it. I've read about it in print, but I was so interested to hear what was actually happening. Anyway, I guess, this at the Ryder Cup, when is it, a couple of weeks? It's actually it coincides with the AFL Grand Final week.
Oh, yeah, it does too.
Yeah, it always does. Yeah. So unfortunately, it gets a little bit lost in the AFL states because it's played against the biggest week of the year, sports week.
Well, do you guys remember the worst or most offensive that you can say bit of trash talking you ever received from a player or a crowd member?
Yeah. Can I give you mine?
Yeah.
Now, when I was wearing Ralph Lauren gear, I had to wear it in a certain way. That was part of the deal, right? So I had to, it had to look really nice. And back in the early 90s, there was a craze in golf to say, "You the man," when you hit a shot.
You the man.
You the man.
You the man.
Right? Anyway, now I'm going to use a word that's probably, from the past, okay? So I hope I don't offend too many people. But I hit a shot and I was posing. It was a ripper. And this bloke yelled out, "You the poof."
Oh.
That's what he said.
Wow.
Okay.
Now, it took me by surprise because I've got an excellent heterosexual record in my entire life. So anyway, that was my experience with a little bit of crowd heckling.
That's honestly, that's deeply offensive now. Deeply
offensive.
That's never okay.
Wow.
Deeply offensive. Anyway,
it's never cool.
That's what they thought of me.
I saw on the first tee at Wentworth the other day, what's the English guy's name? Is it Harry Hall?
Harry Hall,
and
with the hat.
He's got the hat and he hit off.
I like his style, actually.
And as he followed through, you know how they yell out stuff?
Yeah.
Someone said, "My granddad wants his hat back." On the follow through. But that's
all right. Now, surely they were into you when you're in front of Tiger.
Yeah.
This has got to be part of it.
The second time, and I won't use the words, I'll sort of change them a little. Okay. But the thing about that golf course in Tucson, when you're walking from the green to the next tee, there's about 200-meter walk. So you're hearing everything. My wife Alana said, "Should I come out to the course?" Not a good idea. But it's best to stay back at the hotel. Because probably the worst one I heard was, I think I was 3 up or 2 up when Tiger was fighting back, and someone yelled out, "O'Hearn, you're going to choke like a mother-fathering dog," or something like that, basically. So it's, you get that sort of stuff, which isn't very nice.
So what did you do? What was your...
I just said, "Look at the scoreboard."
Yeah,
I just point.
Did you?
Which probably isn't a great idea.
That's a red rag.
Because then
to
it's
a
like,
bull. If you lost the next hole, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and then on another tee, it was like the 16th hole or something. They had the signage behind you, and I'm standing, with sort of visualizing my shot, and there was a lady behind me whispering to me, or from you to me away, going, "You're going to shank it. You're going to shank it."
Are you kidding me?
No, not at all. No, absolutely. And I just turned around. And I said, "Okay." Flush.
Flush. Oh, nice.
very nice.
And I gave her a little smile as I walked off. So.
Did she smile back, or was she
No,
dirty?
She just kind of was a bit
She
filthy.
was dirty.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So anyway, it's just the way it is.
That is remarkable.
But it's match play. That's a different scenario. It's more one-on-one. It rarely happens, I find, in a stroke tournament like that. There's always got to be some sort of a head-to-head sort of thing going along for that to happen.
Yeah,
because I kept my mouth shut most of the time. Pretty level. No one really knew, what I was thinking because I always had glasses on.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Didn't give too much
you're
emotion
right. You were a
away,
nice,
so.
cool-looking character with the glasses on.
There you go.
No emotion.
Yeah, I was freaking out underneath. Anyway.
It's a very good skill to have that.
Can we just
to
go
be
back?
freaking out and just be cool as
Can we just go back about 3 minutes for a second? I just want to be clear as to something I think I heard, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mark, did you 3 minutes ago say the phrase, I have an excellent heterosexual record?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, just checking.
Just checking.
I want to make sure I didn't mishear that.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What do you think?
Well, I thought that, but then I was
That
thinking.
made you blink, did it?
Maybe.
That makes me interested. Thanks, Dan. Good on you. Hey, now I've got a Royal Melbourne update because
yes.
I
I heard
was
you play.
there on Monday.
So they invited you. That's great.
No, I was there for a golf day. People know
okay.
that I work for Lexus of Blackburn. So I was there at their golf day.
Okay.
And I can report that the warm weather, the fairways and tee, it was a totally different colour.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a really dormant colour a little while ago.
Right.
I'm not sure, like at Kingston Heath, quite often they paint the fairways and, it makes it look a little bit more presentable. Royal Melbourne didn't do that this year. I'm not sure if they ever do it, to tell you the truth. But the fairways, the colour was back. And that was the first. As soon as you got there, you noticed the colour.
Well, that's a good sign for the fescue.
Well, the fringes. Now, this is the important thing. Now, I think last time we spoke, we put some pictures up of the scarified. So they're trying their very best. This time I turned up, Dan, and put the first picture up. Now, there's a long picture. So there's the scarification.
Yep.
And then I took one closer. And what they've done is they've put the fescue seed straight into the scarified what do you call them? Trenches.
Yeah,
for lack of a better term. I don't know what the term is. But there's the close-up.
Okay.
And that was done, from what I could tell, predominantly on the composite course holes.
Okay.
There was another area, and this is the 16th of the West. Now, it's my favourite long par 3 in the whole world.
It's a great par 3.
It is the greatest long par 3 on earth, as far as I'm concerned.
Sure. So you think that's better than 16 in Cyprus? It'd be a good competition.
Ooh.
16 West or 16 Cyprus.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put a few clauses in.
You can play both as a par 4 if you wanted to.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, I'll put this clause in. It's the greatest long par 3 that doesn't have the Pacific Ocean involved.
Okay, all right.
All right? So it is. It just is. It's magnificent.
It is, yeah.
It's just a magnificent hole. Now, that's not on the composite course.
No.
And this is what gives me great confidence, is that when I was there 3 weeks ago, there was an area and there was a sign saying walk around the greens, but you had to walk right past the sign, and it was a shocking part of it. In fact, I took photos of it because it was bad, but I never showed them because it wasn't going to be part of the composite course. But what's given me great hope that these surrounds are developing quite well is that there were still no ropes where this area was, and it had improved 100%.
Okay, great.
100%.
And we've only had a few days of sun, really.
That's right. So the last weekend, if you've been in Melbourne, you'll know it was really warm. And apparently, I was speaking to Hayden Mead, who's the course superintendent at Kingston Heath. I said, "What's the story? When do we know? When the fairways and the course comes out of its hibernation and starts to pop a little bit?" And he was telling me it's when the lows are above 10. So it's not so much the highs.
Right.
But it's when the lows are down in the 3s and the 4s, the golf course and the grasses, they will go into dormancy.
Right.
That's right. But when the lows get up, and we've just had a weekend where, I woke up this morning and the low was 15 and it rained overnight. So absolutely perfect for Royal Melbourne. And I think I saw Richard Forsyth out there. He's heavily watering some of the back tees and stuff. So I think what did I say about 2 or 3 months ago, there was going to be a miracle if it gets up. Well, it may well be. That minor miracle that we're hoping for may well be there, which is great. So
let's all cross our fingers and toes and everything, because we want the golf course to look pristine come first week of December.
It's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's important for Rory's sell too.
Yeah. I mean,
so when Rory goes back and tells his mates,
I just played one of the greatest golf courses in the world. You've got to go.
You've got to go.
It was the best condition ever.
You and I both know. Yeah. I mean, everyone thinks you can just throw money at these guys and they'll come down. They could not care less. You could offer some of them $10 million to come down and play the Australian Open, and they'd go, no, I'm not coming down for $10 million. I'm not coming down for $10 million. Stick it in your ear. So what they may well come down though, if Rory McIlroy goes to his European Tour buddies or his Ryder Cup buddies and go, hey, listen, I've just come back from Royal Melbourne, and my God, what a golf course.
Exactly.
Next year I'm going to Kingston Heath.
Yep.
You should come down and check the joint out. Well, that, believe it or not, will do more than offering these guys $5 million.
You always remember the golf course. You always remember it, because we played the World Match Play Championship at Metropolitan over 20 years ago. Yeah. And to this day, players that I've seen or spoken to, they all go, that is some of the best bunkering I've ever seen in the world anywhere. And they still talk about it.
Okay. Hey, talking about, just touches of class, just like that. It's time for this week's BMW Touch of Class.
Touch of Class.
Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot.
Well, that is pure magic.
Right, now, we were watching Wentworth this week, and, some of the things you see at the best golf courses in the whole world, the extremes they go to make it look beautiful. Now, I always remember the year you did really well in the Accenture World Match Play at Metropolitan. Steve Stricker couldn't believe in the practice rounds that somebody was going around the edge of the bunkers with a pair of scissors, and they were clipping the grass off that. So that's one extreme. But this year at Wentworth, I want you to have a look at this first.
Can anybody explain to me what he's doing? Clearing away the leaves, I guess.
Even the ponds are manicured here.
Extraordinary, isn't it?
So there you go.
Well, that's a first.
A blower if you're in the car, you haven't seen this, but we've got a leaf blower and a bloke wearing, waterproofs. He's waiting in, what do you call it? The little stream or the little burn in front of the 18th.
Yep.
In his big long galoshes up to his thighs, and he's got the leaf blower blowing away all the grass clippings in the water.
It's crazy, yeah.
So
it's like taking your vacuum outside and vacuuming the garden, basically, if you're at home. Similar sort of thing. It's impressive. It really is.
Like it. So look, that is Wentworth Golf Club gets the BMW Touch of Class. Of course, they had the BMW Championship, so it works in beautifully for our brand new sponsor at BMW. You don't see stuff like that every day. No. That is for sure. Anyway, it's one of the great things about golf, isn't it? When you go somewhere special and you see a place looking as gorgeous as that, every little thing counts.
Certainly does.
Whose top 5 is it this week?
Yours? It's yours. It's my masterclass this week, yeah.
Okay. Am I doing the mountains in the ball falling in the back of a mountain top 5?
That's what you said you were thinking about.
All right. Okay. Well, let me go to Lou and I'll get one all organised.
Beauty.
All right.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie-Simi. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Ping will help you play your best. The golf clearance outlet beat everyone's prices. And Betr is the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, for Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. Here's Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
Welcome back now. Nicholas, before we get to the Betr top 5, have you seen the new Ahead of the Game Betr commercials?
I have. It's
with
very interesting.
Goat? Now, I have been reliably told that the goat, the person wearing the mask in the goat, is in fact Richard Hummerston.
No.
It is.
Is it really?
It's Richard Hummerston. Yes, it is. So he's actually in the ads wearing the goat mask.
All right. Well, now Hummer is now the GOAT.
I like the new ads. They look fantastic. Anyway, time for this week's top 5.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
The top 5 for better. The fastest and easiest betting app in Australia.
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
Righto. So I think a listener asked us for the top 5 holes that we have played with a mountain in the background, and you see the ball just falling down in the mountain. It's just gorgeous.
Backdrops.
Yeah, backdrops. Righto. So at number 5, I've been to Canada, played a Canadian tour back in the 1990s, 1991, and we went to Banff. And there is a golf course called Banff Springs, and the second hole at Banff Springs is just a joke.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
So that's my number 5.
I think Luke Elvey lives over there now, right?
Does he?
Over there in
yeah,
Canada.
he lives in Canada. That's right.
Mm.
At number 4, I got to the last stage of the US Tour School in 1994.
Bravo. Golf club.
Thank you. And we played at La Quinta, and we played the Palmer course at La Quinta. And if you know Mash, I don't know how Mash gets in there. Mash was in their podcast last week, but the mountains in the background, they're the Mash Mountains. The Palmer course at La Quinta's got quite a few of those as
got
well.
some great backdrops there.
So that golf course. Number 3, and apologies, it's a bit selfish, but they're all mine. So I apologise. None of yours got in here, Nick.
That's fine. Fine by me.
When I was playing college golf, 1987, the second tournament we played a golf course in Colorado Springs. It was an Air Force base golf course that, get this, Alistair Mackenzie designed.
What?
Yes. It was a beautiful joint. My 150-yard 8 irons were going 170 yards. It was ridiculous.
Ball goes a mile there.
It was ridiculous. But that golf course with the Colorado mountains in the background. Yeah. And, there's every time you go to Colorado or Colorado Springs, you've been there, there's always this legend that there is a mountain that's hollowed out. And there's, the Army base is in there. Nuclear war.
Yeah.
This golf course was right on top of it. Apparently, it's over there behind the 12th hole. Okay. That's where you get in. At number 2, my favourite course in New Zealand. Anyway, my favourite course, where I guaranteed to play well, was Perapera Umu or Peraperan, the 12th hole in particular. So I've got to remember. So there's a par 4 that goes along the little creek, then a par 5 where I snap hooked it out of bounds when I was leading the thing in the last round, and then the next hole. The 12th hole, it's a right-hand turn, and the mountains in the background. My God, just so gorgeous. You've never seen anything like it. I think there's another par 3 out there too with a big drop. Well, no, short par 4 with a big drop. I think the mountains in the background. Okay. But in particular, the 12th hole there at Perapera Umu. And my number 1, and it's so sad because it's not there anymore.
Which?
Can you guess it's your favourite?
Oh, Coolum. It's got to be Mount Coolum.
Yeah, Mount Coolum.
Oh, the par 3 on the front 9.
That's right.
Yeah,
about the 6th.
Right.
Was it the 6th?
I think it was, yeah.
So that, when you hit a shot and the ball was falling and Mount Coolum was in the background, my God, didn't it?
You still get it on the 16th, though, the par 4, because you're going in that same direction.
Yeah, that's right.
You still get it there.
That's right. There's some great holes on that front 9 that they don't play. What was a little short one with, you went around like, it wasn't really a lake, it was like a hazard area. Where you never really saw water, but there was stuff growing in it where you just wouldn't want to go in it.
That's the hole after the 7th, I think. Yeah.
Is it?
Little par 4.
I thought it was the hole before.
Oh, it could have been.
No, the 6th. Yeah, the 6th. You know the one I'm talking about?
The 5th. Well, the par 3 is the 6th.
Yeah, the 5th.
I know the one
6th.
now. Yep.
And then the 7th.
Yeah, cracking holes.
There are some great holes that are not there anymore. So thanks to BetUp, that's my top 5 this week.
Very good.
Better, when the greats bet, they bet with Better because Better is ahead of the game. Righto, now it's time for Ping Globals.
Beautiful.
Yawn. When are we going to fix the music? We need to have a talk about the music. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, ask Rock 15 or whatever you're on to now and see what he comes up with.
$75 a month at the moment.
Yeah, oh dear.
Ping always help you play your best. Nick O'Hearn, what do you got for us?
All right, start with the DP World Tour, the BMW PGA Championship at Wentworth. As we mentioned, Alex Noren got the win against Frenchman Adrien Sadier, who's been playing some great golf of late.
Last 5 weeks have been amazing.
Doing really well. Yeah, tied for third was Aaron Rai and Patrick Reed. Best of the Aussies was Minwoo Lee, as I mentioned. Got a fine around 66, tied for 11th, was right up there, but just struggled a little bit at the end.
I've got to say, I notice Patrick Reed a lot when he's not playing in live events. He always seems to play well.
Yeah, no, he does.
4th place finish there is another example.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's a hell of a golfer. Tied for 31st was Elvis Smiley, and Adam Scott finished tied for 38th. They were the best of the Aussies. But earlier in the week, they had the G4D Tour, the BMW Championships, the All Abilities.
Yeah.
Where Kip Poppet wins another event, as he does. He's just dominating. But our own Lachlan Wood finished runner-up.
Good on you, Lachie.
He finished second to
Well
Kip,
done, mate.
so a great result there for him.
Fantastic.
On the PGA Tour, we had the Procore Championship, and the third round, you've got a former mortgage loan officer, you got the world number one, and you got the world number one amateur.
Yeah.
All go to tee off. It sounds like a joke, right?
A joke.
That's basically what was happening. Have you seen this Jackson Coylan play, by the way, the number one amateur in the world?
Yeah. How about the hip movement at the change of direction?
Oh, it
You're going to hurt yourself.
Make my back sore. Like, he was a force in the Walker Cup previously at Cyprus, but he played some great golf, and he became the first player, the first amateur, to be 3 times consecutively in the top 10 in PGA Tour. First time ever.
That is remarkable.
No, he did amazing.
You know his hip action. I'm actually trying to do it at the moment. Just a mini version of it. It's helping, but the way I feel like his back is cranking into awkward spots.
Yeah, I'm getting Will Zalatoris vibes with injury maybe in the future, but I'm sure he's supple and does a lot of stretching, so we'll see.
I think Justin Rose sort of does it.
Right.
There's a sort of, he's always
right.
It's two different looks, but to achieve the same thing, which is space through impact.
Yeah. Anyway, it was another week, another win for Scotty Scheffler, 64-67 on the weekend. Ben Griffin needed to 2-putt the last to get into a playoff, but unfortunately missed about a 5-footer. So
what happened to the first putt?
It was about 50 feet or so. It was an eagle putt, so it was pretty long. But anyway, it was a good week for Ben because they got the Ryder Cup together. Maybe they'll play together. Who knows? Carl Phillips was the only Aussie to make the cut there, tied for 47th.
Good.
On the LPGA Tour. Now, we had a 3-putt on the PGA Tour. Well, Gino Tidical had a 1-shot lead playing the final hole of par 5 ahead of Charlie Hull in the Kroger Queen Championships in Ohio and 4 putts. And all of a sudden, Charlie Hull, 2 putts for the win.
Are you kidding?
It was the biggest shock you've ever seen. It was
4
crazy.
putts?
4 putts, yeah.
Did you finish in the top 10 at least?
Well, she finished second.
She finished
It was Gino Tidical. No, she had to 2-putt. It was, the first putt was tough. It was about 60 feet. She hits a 6-foot pass, has the one up the hill, bangs that 4-foot pass, misses the next one, and Charlie Hull's going, what's going on here? Oh, okay, now I've got a 2.5-footer. And she was actually shaking over that putt. She said afterwards, I was so rattled, I was so nervous. She backed it off, and it was really weird. And it may be the first tournament winner I've ever seen with the flag in, because she putts with the flag in. Have you ever seen a tournament won where the flag's in?
No.
Yeah, first one I've ever seen.
Never.
And this thing just went in the right edge too. It only just snuck it in. So
never.
Anyway, it's a great win for Charlie Hull because she's been playing some amazing golf. Of the Aussies, Robin Choi, 65 final round, tied for 12th. Bidico tied for 14th, the New Zealander, along with our own Minjee Lee, and Gabby Ruffles tied for 22nd was the best. Ladies European Tour, they're playing the Swiss Ladies Open where Englishwoman Alice Hewison defended her title with a 5-shot win there, which was fantastic. Sarah Kemp, best of the Aussies, tied for 7th. On the Asian Tour, the Shinhan Donghai Open in Korea, the smallest man in the field at 5'2", stood the tallest. He won. How good's that?
That's the best.
Yeah. Kazuki Higa from Japan hung on for a 1-shot win there. Travis Smythe, best of the Aussies, finished birdie eagle for a tied 8th finish. Nick Vogt tied for 12th for the New Zealander. And our Talk Birdie's own, Austin Truslow, thank you very much, tied for 12th as well. Fired a 64 in the final round.
There's
so
a little
impressive.
guy hit it 300 yards. Yeah, carries
he gets
ball
it
300.
out there.
Yeah,
he does get it out there. And then on the Champions Tour, Retief Goosen overcame his good friend Ernie Els in the final group for a 2-shot win over Bo Van Pelt.
Those two.
Yeah. Ernie Els finished tied for 3rd along with Darren Clark. Steve Olker, best of the Australasians, tied for 6th. Mark Hensby and Steve Allen tied 10th, best of the Aussies.
I've heard something. And I was at Wagga Wagga with Nathan Green and also Marcus Fraser, 2 fabulous fellas. You couldn't meet two two nicer blokes. I was supposed to interview Nathan Green too. I was talking about it. He came 5th in his first PGA Tour event, and then his second PGA Tour event, he lost in a playoff to Tiger and Jose Maria Lethabel.
Really?
If you don't mind.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I remember. But I didn't realise it, 5th and then
That's
the second
impressive start
event.
to your career.
Anyway, so but they were both telling me, you know how last year or the year before we were celebrating the tour school on the Champions Tour because four of the five Aussies got in, and then I think last year one of our guys got in.
Yep.
Well, they're sick of it. And
no more Aussies.
No tour school this year.
What?
That's what they were telling me.
So how?
I don't know.
Okay.
But they were both telling me because they got a little phone call to say, hey, boys, because Marcus, I think Nathan turns 50. Nathan Green turns 50 this year, and I think Marcus is thereabouts.
Thereabouts.
They thought, a few of the lads would call and say, hey, boys, if you're thinking about practicing or going to the tour school, stop your practice because the Americans have had enough.
Wow.
Jeez.
Well, it makes sense. I mean,
Stevie Orca and
2 years ago,
Monday qualified to get in. So.
2 years ago, 4 of the 5 spots went to Australians, and this year, I think we've had 6 Australian winners, or 6 tournaments have been won by Australians.
Incredible.
So they've had enough. Anyway, so we've caused that. Down here in Aussies and New Zealanders, we've caused it.
Gosh.
Okay.
One last little stat I forgot to mention. 25 events have gone on the LPGA Tour this year.
Yeah.
25 different winners. No one has won twice.
Ooh.
Gino Tidical was about to win twice, but then she 4-putted.
Surely that's never, ever
I've never heard of that.
Happened before.
You get multiple winners all the time on tour.
Surely that's never happened before.
That's a great stat. That's a great stat.
It is a good one.
Righto.
Scotty's just got that pipped. He's won 6 times this year on the PGA Tour.
We got any more, or is that it? It's kind of getting towards the end of the year. There's not too many things going on.
You got the Corn Ferry Tour the first week of the finals going, which happened last week, but none of the Aussies did well, so screw it.
So who cares? Yeah, that's right. Okay, time for some feedback, Dan.
Talk Birdie feedback. Thanks to Southern Golf Club.
Okay, plenty of feedback, guys. I'm going to start with some comments that we had about Stu McPhee, who passed away recently.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of messages and comments online, and I'll just read a couple out here. This from Bazza. Terrible news. I listened to him on your podcast as well as the Golf Rules podcast. That was Stu's pod. And I also had the pleasure of meeting Stu in person. He was lovely, a true gentleman, and his wealth of knowledge and insight into the rules of golf was incredible. He will be truly missed. A very sad day for Australian golf.
Yeah, absolutely. I've never met anyone with an encyclopedic knowledge for the game. Incredible.
Yeah. Darren has said, devastated. I was very glad to be in his orbit. He recently took me through my level 2 RNA education, and we worked closely together on the Gold Coast, delivering some rules info sessions at Sanctuary Cove and Coolangatta. Only 2 months ago we did the last one. It's very sad, but what a great experience, and he is in my memories.
Wow, that must have been just before the diagnosis.
Yeah, I reckon it was
It just
too.
shows you how quickly it escalated.
Yeah, well, I think, Nick, you were saying he returned from a Gold Coast trip.
Yes, that was the one. Someone messaged me saying, oh, look, Stuart, I was doing this with him, but unfortunately he had to go, and then that was obviously when things started to happen.
Yeah, Vale Stu. Okay, now last week, on to some lighter stuff. Last week we spoke about great golfing holidays, and there was a couple of suggestions here. This one from Wayne. G'day, guys. Love the pod. My favourite courses I'd love to play would be those on I might get this wrong, you'll know, guys, the Ayrshire coast of Scotland. I've got that right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Sounds right.
And Pebble and Augusta in the US. I'm looking forward to the golf day at Lynx Hope Island.
Okay. So which one's the Ayrshire? Is that the side where you've got Muirfield,
I think it's the West Coast,
and St Andrews? Or is it the other side where you got Turnberry and blah, blah, blah?
I thought it was the West Coast, the Turnberry, yeah. I'll have to,
I think
I might be wrong.
I think it might be the Turnberry side as well.
Derek's got a cracking golf holiday trip that he did, in fact, do. He said, I had a trip along the Garden Route in South Africa, and that should be on the list, I reckon, for anyone. On the east coast of South Africa, I played some great courses, including the Wild Coast Sun Country Club, a unique course with some of the most amazing tee shots, including one off a cliff to a fairway 50 metres below, the dog legs left over a water hazard, running along the left side of the fairway and out of bounds running on the right side of the fairway. My gosh.
Unbelievable.
The next hole is 180 metres, a par 3 over a ravine. And the final hole is interesting, with a tee ball to a fairway well below over a water hazard, and the members' lounge in the clubhouse looks over this par 4 with a view from tee to green. If you do not cover the water, they ring a bell.
Really? Have you seen they've got a hole over there, it's the longest par 3 in the world. And you've got to get a helicopter up to the top.
Oh, okay.
It's just one hole.
That's right.
But it's about 300 metres. And I think they took Patrick Harrington up there, and he was trying to knock it out because it's quite a big green. But
I remember that, yeah. It takes, I don't know how many seconds for the ball to land.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Crazy. But you would think at the end, like the ball would just be going straight down, wouldn't it?
I wonder how deep the pitch marks are.
Yeah, the pitch. the biggest plug markets in the world. Anyway.
Message here from DT. Guys, can you elaborate on why the anti-iron cover attitude does not extend to wood covers?
Oh, I think woods get dented and scratched, and the paint job gets scratched. Where irons, there's no paint job on the irons. That's what I would have thought.
Much bigger surface area too, and they make a bit more noise too. I love the sound of irons rattling, but I don't like the sound of woods.
No.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid using wooden clubs, and I had a tendency when I first started to sky the ball, and you would get the worst, most hideous looking sky marks on the driver of all time. Now I used to hate those, but I would hate a scratch on the top of my wood or anything like that. Just to look down on that all the time. I think the scratches and the dents and things like that, not so good.
You raised the book The Match a week or two back, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Keith said this. Thanks for the tip about The Match, Nick. I downloaded and watched a YouTube video on Cypress Point, and then I read the book, which made it all the more enjoyable. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Well, if you know Cypress and because you're reading the book and you're going, I wonder what that hole looks like. Yeah, if you can actually see it, it makes it all the best.
God, they've got to make
a film.
They've got to make a movie about that.
You could
match.
be Harvey Ward, actually. So.
I'd like to be in the I can act too, Nick. I can act.
Well, yeah, we've seen the golf clearance outlet videos.
Mate, that's good acting.
Line her up and let her go. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. What does this mean? What does this mean?
Okay.
Moving on.
Juice has said, more great content, gents. I'm lucky enough to have played in Thailand and Vietnam. The caddies were great in both of those places. And Monty was one of those who I think had to be a different person on the golf course in order to play his best golf.
Maybe.
Yep. No, spot on. And by the way, the caddies on these golf courses in Vietnam, if they say left edge, you hit it left edge because they know I'm like, unbelievable. And most of them don't even play golf.
Right.
Like you say, do you play golf? No. They just, they're trained for the greens. And you're thinking it's going this way, and it's like, no, it's pretty straight.
How grainy were they?
Pretty, not as bad as what I thought. But no, they rolled really nicely, but caddies do a fantastic job.
Just might wrap up on a couple here. This one from Graham on celebrations after winning, which, Mark, you were particularly annoyed about last week. I totally agree with you, Mark. And it appeared that Miranda Wang was hit in the eye with that champagne cork. No, I didn't see that.
Really?
No, I didn't see that.
I didn't see that, but maybe Graham watched more closely.
Wang copped one in the eye.
Yeah.
The poor thing.
That's not
She's
good.
just about to, hoist the trophy. And that happens. The less of this stuff, the better.
You get sticky too, because champagne would be like, you'd feel like you want to go to a shower.
Yeah,
No,
true.
you want to feel like a winner.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like a drenched loser when you've just won a tournament.
Nick, you might be able to answer this question here. This is from Glenn. Hey guys, what is the name of the online company you have mentioned regarding getting rid of old or surplus golf equipment? I enjoy the podcast, usually listen in the car.
Glenn, it's called gogolfer.com.au. Very simple. And any golf clubs, bags, buggies, shoes, clothing, whatever you want, list it on there, or go on and buy something if you need something as well. Golf balls as well.
Oh, very nice. Well, I think we'll leave the feedback there. I will just mention, we talked a couple of weeks ago about getting some stories about the people who had the most influence in you on your golf career when you were in your formative years and young and growing up. We've had a bunch of messages, a bunch of emails, some comments on socials. We'll leave it open for another couple of days, and we'll do a feedback pod in a couple of days, maybe like, I don't know, Friday or Monday or something, and we'll announce the winner of the $250 voucher to the golf clearance outlet.
All right. We'll get those posts into us, and we've got a new winner coming up soon.
We will. Masterclass today. This is from you, Nick, yeah?
My turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's it on?
Alex Noren.
Oh, okay.
BMW.
I'm interested.
Oh, yeah.
Golf has many ways of measuring ability and performance. But at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers. And that's where Watch My Numbers can really help.
One of the most impressive things about Alex Noren's win at the BMW PGA Championship over the weekend, obviously he played some great golf, but the one thing I really noticed was his commitment to every shot. He was fully engaged and locked in. And the thing about it was, when he got over the ball, he wasn't thinking. He'd already done all his thinking behind the ball. And that's really important in this game. I'd say about 90%, 95% of bad shots come because you're thinking while you're over the golf ball. You should do that behind it, and then as you walk in, you are fully committed and locked in. So back here, for example, I've got this putt. It's about 6 feet. I'm thinking it's about left edge. Once I've made up my mind, now I'm just really locked in. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm visualizing, seeing it, and then I'm going through my process. And if I do that, I'm probably going to hit a good putt or a good shot on the golf course. So, as I said, fully commit and let the result take care of itself. If it doesn't work out, at least it wasn't because you're indecisive.
Basically with Noren, you could see the commitment level. Like when he walks into a ball, you just know he is fully locked in. And as I said in the video, I'd say about 90% of bad shots from the average golfer comes because when you're over the ball, you're still thinking and you're indecisive more than anything. So full commitment is so important.
Every time you watch Alex play, he does every bit, 100% of his thinking before he stands at the ball. And I love that more than anything.
And the way he walks into the ball, that's a big thing. Don't just sort of, dilly-dally in there. Get in there and own the shot. That's what it's all about.
Fabulous masterclass. Good on you guys. Nice to see you all again.
Well, hang on. Before we go, we've got a very special guest pod coming
Lucas
up
Parsons
this week.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right.
Can't wait.
We're going to talk to Lucas probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm very much looking forward to what he has to say about the shark.
Yeah, that's right. I had no idea about this story either. So apparently the first time Lucas Parsons, who was a fabulous player, I think he won a couple of New Zealand Opens. He won the Greg Norman Classic. He was on the way. I think he played President's Cup. I think.
Don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Well, that's tomorrow.
We'll check with Lucas.
Yep.
But the first time as a young man when he played with the Shark, apparently there is a story.
Okay.
I want to hear it. Yep. Anyway, look forward to that. See you next time, folks.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen comes live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our fantastic partners. Titleist is the clear #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Ping, they'll help you play your best. Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and maybe leave a review. Talk Birdie to Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, with sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie to Me.